film festivals are garbage. Like, there's not, like, common day people don't know about film festivals, really.
Yeah.
Like, you can go, like, you don't make music, but you can go to Lyrical Lemonade and listen. It's like, I guess it's performing, right? But there's no, like, there's not that for movies, really. So Sam and I guess you could say the theater, but there's not, like, a festival, like, hey, on this day, let's all go watch this.
Yeah,
or
the theater is very selective,
Yeah,
and you
it is
have
a lot.
to be a big
You can
production.
fit a lot more people in,
Yeah.
like, a festival setting. But Sam and I want to try to grow, like, a festival, maybe, like, renting out an entire movie theater and, like, just play movies the whole time and have a ton of, like, people come, like, sold out theaters and stuff, and, like, show new films. Or because film festivals right now, you actually read up about this, right?
Yeah, I was.
So you'd be better.
I
maybe
mean,
to,
so mainly this has come to our minds recently because, like, I don't know, have you guys been following? Obviously, Hollywood has been very wild recently with, like, just all kinds of political stuff and lots of identity politics. And there's this new thing in the Oscars that
oh yeah.
so it's so tricky, and, like, there's these rules now that you have to have a percentage of your production be a under.
It was like 25.
Here, I can pull up the
actual
word.
But it was like you now when you're submitting movies or to be submitted, you have to have, like, a certain amount of LGBTQ, certain amount of minorities, and a certain amount of women, and a certain amount of disabled people
in the movie
to submit the movie.
Yeah, it's 30%.
And the star of the movie has to be one of those 4.
Not just the star.
First of all,
the story has to be focused on one of those.
How are those 4 all the same thing? How are minorities, women, people that have disabilities, and LGBT, how do you say those are, like, equal?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, it's such a weird thing to say. And then say you have to have that in your movie? Like, it's not about the movie anymore. You're forcing the art. Like, what if you're in an area that only has a certain, or doesn't have B, but only has A, or whatever, of, like, those groups. We won't get into, like, whatever. We'll get killed. But that's just, like, that's not the point of, you're going to watch a movie. Those things are obviously allowed to be in there, but once you start saying this needs to happen here, you're, like, putting it in a box. And now filmmakers, like Tom Cruise literally was talking about, he's like, why would you submit to the Oscars if they're literally going to say you have to do, like, what if in music they're like, hey, by the way, the guy that makes music has to do this, and part of your production team has to be,
and you have to use one of these beats.
And you have to use this beat.
I wouldn't. Yeah. No.
So that's kind of like, I mean, that's not the biggest thing, but I was more talking about, Sam, you talk about, like, the festival stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If you looked into, like, film festivals and their issues.
So, yeah, there's been a lot of issues with film festivals. Everyone is like, no one likes film festivals right now. And it's also a very...
I wouldn't say no one likes... But it's more of, like, no one knows about it. Like, and it's like they're so... Like, if you put one of those things we just talked about in there, you're going to beat someone that doesn't have those. Your movie could literally be, like... It could be... Lord of the Rings is the best one. 11 Oscars. Lord of the Rings doesn't have all of those things. So you're telling me that a movie that has that is now a better movie because of that? It's like, if they're looking at that at the film festivals... And we're like, why would you do that? Let's just come in and say, we're having a film festival. If you make a good movie, you could do whatever statistics of people you work with. Just don't like hate or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't include those, but saying that's not the point. If you make a good movie, we'll put it in the festival. A group of people, like, grow a community of, like, filmmakers, which I thought would be cool. Do you guys think there's any way to make a film festival cooler? Because as of now, it's you submit the film. Like, if I'm a filmmaker, I'd submit the film. It would cost me, like, $50 to submit it. And then they would play it at a theater, probably a local theater. They would rent out the theater. And in each theater would have a showing. And it's just a group of filmmakers watching each other's films. But you can buy tickets, but there's no real, like, I'm wondering, what does Cole Bennett do so well besides the actual performing and music, kind of? Like, what are the little things? Like, I know he has shops for, like, clothing, or he lets, like Zach's going in to be a vendor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Summer Smash.
And I wonder, like, Sam and I even thought about, like, would it be fun to have, like, arcade games out there, or, like, something? I don't know what it would be, but just having, like, something added onto the festival would be cooler.
Kamar, you're a big fan of...
have you both been to Summer Smash?
No, I have never been.
But you have, right?
Yeah. Pretty
Have
much
you been
every year.
multiple years or just one?
Pretty much every single one.
Really?
Except for the first one.
When you've been there, what has been, like, What's been your favorite part of Summer Smash that's like really stuck out to you as like being special?
I think the best part to me is that like a lot of celebrities and like TikTok stars are kind of just roaming around the park. Like I met I don't know if you know who Tristan Jazz is, the basketball
Yeah,
player.
the trick.
I met him twice, 2
Really?
years in a row.
Is he pretty cool?
Yeah, he's pretty dope. I met this guy that reacts to music videos. So it's just dope. The best thing that stuck out to me though was they do have an arcade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do have an
Wow,
arcade.
that was lucky guess. Then.
Yeah, and then they have like people in costumes because there's a theme every year.
Okay.
And they have people that walk around in costumes. Not many people don't really pay attention to them.
What was like the theme last year? Do you remember?
It was like outer space.
Okay.
So there's like aliens.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's something you're saying that doesn't work, really.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
Like that
Okay.
doesn't influence you at all. Do they give out like? Is there a Lyrical Lemonade like shop there where you can buy? I'm guessing,
yeah.
right?
And there's lemonade.
Oh,
That's
is the
awesome.
lemonade good?
It is good. It's actually
gotta
good.
be.
It's actually
It's got
good.
Lyrical
It's the
Lemonade's got to
truth.
be
Yeah,
good.
I
If your
wanna
lemonade's
try it.
bad, you got to get rid of that name.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just.
They're just
telling you.
lyrical now.
Yeah, you're just lyrical. There's no lemonade. I always wanted to try actual. Well, you've said Kamari to me, and I think Adrian's gonna go, and he said you should go to Summer Smash.
Yeah, you guys definitely should go to Summer Smash.
Are you going
if
this
Adrian
year?
goes,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
meet him.
So this year
I'll
was
be
my
honest.
first
Where
year.
is it? I don't know where it is.
Chicago.
Okay, it's in Chicago.
Yeah, they switched locations
Oh, they
this
do?
year. Yeah, it used to be at Douglas Park, which was
Oh.
probably the worst location to have it at.
Oh, really?
That park got trashed.
I think that I was in Chicago when Summer Smash was happening in
Really?
Chicago, but I don't think I realized it was Summer Smash. What do you know? What time? Not what time, but like.
Isn't it multiple days?
Yeah, it's usually in June, except for COVID. It was in August.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think I was there.
Really?
Yeah,
You
You were
should've
there, but you
slid.
weren't.
I wasn't there, but I would love to be there.
Yeah, I think you guys would
If-
enjoy it.
What's his name? B.O.P.
Mhm.
If he goes,
I think
you
I
he
guys-
is
think
gonna
he's
be.
on
I
the-
think he's
yeah.
in it.
Luke and
Oh,
I
he
would be
is?
going so ridiculously hard. We would be covered in sweat. We would just
I would
pass
be
out.
Filthy. I
Oh.
would be filthy. I would be absolutely dancing. I don't even know what's going on. Dancing, probably high fiving random people.
Oh, we would be excellently knocking people out. We'd be dancing so hard.